A few years ago, I built a hanging rack to store bikes in my garage, and it worked so well I'm still using it today. I like this type of simple storage rack because it can be used to hold a lot of bikes in a small space. It's also easy to get bikes in and out, and it's not fixed to the wall or ceiling. A similar hitching post style rack generally costs over 300 bucks, but you can build your own for about $50 in just an hour or two. We'll show you how to do it in this video, and there's a link in the description to written directions as well. Let's get started with a materials list. For this bike rack, you'll need just three 8-foot 2x4 boards, a section of black pipe, and some screws or nails to attach everything together. The boards should cost about $5 each, and depending on how many bikes you want to store, a 10-foot section of black pipe will cost about $35. For this project, the only tools required are a drill, saw, pencil, and measuring tape. Start by cutting two of the 2x4s in half, so you have four 4-foot pieces. Cut the third board into two 3-foot pieces and two 1-foot pieces. In this video, I'm using 2x6s for the 1-foot pieces, but that's just because I had some of that laying around as scrap. From the center of the 3-foot boards, measure and mark 10 3/4 inches in both directions. Now place one of the 1-foot boards on the ground with the ends of two of the 4-foot boards on top. Place the marked 3-foot piece beneath the 4-footers at the other end with their ends flush with the bottom of the 3-footer. Move the 4-foot boards until their inside edges line up with the marks. Trace the spots where the boards overlap, and these are going to be your cut marks. Do the same for the other set of boards. Screw or nail the two trapezoids to assemble. Now drill a hole in the center of the legs at the top that's the same diameter as your section of black pipe. Mine is 1.5 inches in diameter, and I used a hole saw since I don't have a big enough spade bit. If you're planning to set up the rack inside a standard size garage bay, I recommend cutting the pipe with a hacksaw or pipe cutter to about 6 to 8 feet long. This should give you enough room to walk around the rack when it's inside the garage. Next, fit the pipe into the holes. If the pipe feels loose, you can add a screw or nail to set it, or glue it into place for an even tighter fit. I like to use Gorilla Glue because it expands and keeps the bar really secure. The rack may wobble from side to side a bit, but once you have the weight of a few bikes on there, it'll become much more stable. If you like, you can add a board running along the bottom for additional stability. Wrap some old inner tubes around the pipe to avoid scratching seat posts and saddle rails. The great thing about a rack like this is that practically any bike will fit, from kids' bikes to mountain bikes and everything in between. Plus, it's easy to modify the design by adding another support for heavier e-bikes or adjusting the width of the rack to fit your fleet size. Let us know if you have any questions and tell us how your build turned out in the comments. For more videos like this one, please subscribe to the Singletracks YouTube channel. And visit Singletracks.com daily for the latest mountain bike news, reviews, progression tips, and trail inspiration. Happy trails!